rainy day. And we've had a good stretch for New Zealand. We've had a good stretch of no rain for a bit. And all of a sudden we've got a windy, rainy day. It's not one that you want to spend outside. So we've got a fire going. You can see Lanka laying by the fire. He loves being by the fire. And I'm actually trying to knit for the first time. And I've just started to kind of get the hang of it. Like, it's the very beginnings, but it's happening. I'm trying to make a beanie and I'm watching this video. So I got myself all cozy. Alex is in the kitchen preparing some chili tonight because we thought it was the perfect night for chili. I've just been wanting to try new things lately, like a new skill or a new craft or a language. I want to try Te Reo Maori. I'm just having the best time right now. It at first was driving me kind of mad because I was like, I really just want to be able to get this down, but I've finally, it's coming together and it's really exciting. I just made myself a little cucumber salad. I love making this recipe. I've talked about it before. Super easy. Just chop up some cucumber, add a little chili flakes, some sesame seeds, some rice vinegar, a little bit of soy sauce. I add a little bit of apple cider vinegar because I like that vinegar taste in it. So last night knitting started off pretty well, and then I got a little bit stuck because if you know knitting, then you probably know, and I don't know knitting, I'm starting to know a little bit more, but that you pull the yarn and it connects on the two needles like that. And when I did that, I didn't have enough yarn to go all the way up to the two needles to keep going, so I got stuck. And so I'm probably gonna look at it again this afternoon to see if I can get past this kind of block that I'm at right now. It's crappy weather today. It is really, really windy. I don't know if you can hear it in this video, but you can definitely feel and hear the wind all around today. I was going to harvest grapes and some more apples today, and we were going to do a little bit of preserving and drying and stuff like that, but that's much better to do on a nice day. So we're gonna wait a little bit. Alex is editing anyways, and we wanted to do it together. So I'm just kind of taking it a little bit slower today. Do you hear that wind? It's crazy. Dang, it feels like the house is going to blow over. Hopefully it won't. I will say though, that the weather this week is getting me and us very excited for our upcoming trip. I mentioned at the end of a previous video that we were planning a trip to Southeast Asia, and it's coming very close to that time. And I think we only have like a week and a half before we go. So we've just been ironing out the details of that trip. It's getting us very excited. My plan for this trip is to go super light. I'm going with a backpack. This time we don't have too much plan. Like, we know where we're going, we know the destinations, but we don't have accommodations booked or anything like that. We'll probably start booking some stuff as I get closer, but along the way we'll be booking stuff. and we're kind of just gonna wing it. And I feel like sometimes that is the best way to travel, because you just kind of let things unfold, and that's really the way that I personally love traveling, and I know Alex loves that too, but we haven't done that together too much. I feel like a lot of the time our trips can be pretty planned for one reason or another, and this time it's just, I feel like it's gonna feel really free. Alex was saying the other day that he felt like the summer here in New Zealand this year was the summer that never was, which is pretty true. At the beginning of the summer, we were in the States for the winter. So we started the first chunk of the New Zealand summer in the States in pretty cold weather, because we went to like Santa Fe and Nashville, Vegas, and then we came back to summer here, but it kind of was the summer that never was. Like there wasn't a full chunk months worth of summer weather. I'm looking forward to a stretch of sunshine. We are from California after all. Good morning. It is the next day. I feel like this video is just going to be a collection of moments throughout the week, which is normally what my vlogs are, but sometimes I film a lot more in one day, but I'm just giving you guys bits and bits. It's another crappy day outside. The weather is still very windy and cold. I just came in from a workout. I haven't done a proper workout in a while. I love walking, and I'm constantly moving in my life. We take walks regularly with Lanka and everything, but I just haven't done like a proper like HIIT workout in a hot minute. So that felt really good. And I'm going to be making a little juice right now. I have just pulled some items that I think I'm gonna put into it. I haven't done this before. This is some 100% pure, raw, cold pressed orange juice. The only ingredient is oranges, which is important to me. I don't like orange juice that's really sugary, so I just like to add a little bit of that in. I'm gonna add a little bit of water too. I would put coconut water in if I had it. And then I'm going to put one of these baby beets that are already kind of peeled and cut, which is lovely. I love beets in a juice. And then I'm gonna cut this cucumber and put it in as well. Cucumber. So I did my workout in our sleep out or granny flat, and I was in there just thinking about what I want to do in there. We are planning on doing the full renovation when we get back from our trip. So we leave in a couple of weeks. We'll be gone for about a month-ish, and then when we come back, we're gonna be in sleep out / granny flat renovation mode. Right now, it's a great space. We work out in there a lot. Alex uses it every morning for his workouts, which is lovely because it's just sort of separate from the house, and we can continue to use it as a workout space because it's pretty big. It's like a full-blown apartment. It's actually bigger than the apartment that I had when we lived in LA. And it has a bathroom and its own like separate room and living room and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be a beautiful space when we're finished, and I was just in there getting really excited thinking about it. We have postponed it so many different times because just different things have come up on the house. Like recently we've been finishing the roofs. We fixed our roof on this house because it was leaking a bit into the attic. So we fixed that, and then we moved on and we are working on the sleep out granny flat roof as well, which is pretty much finished. And we wanted to get the roof done before we started renovating inside, because if there's a leak or something like that, which is really important to be on top of, especially here because it rains so much and the weather can be pretty intense here. So you want to make sure that the roof is sturdy, nothing's coming in, and so that you can go in and make the inside beautiful as well. We kind of did the reverse here in this house because we didn't realize that there was a leak in the roof, and so we just wanted to make the house livable inside first before anything. And now that the roof is done on this house, it just feels so good. The only other renovation that's on our mind for this house right now is the kitchen, and we're gonna wait on that. We wanna do the granny flat first. That's our priority. And so once we get that turned around, then we can start thinking about the kitchen here, but we'll probably take a break in between, just like we've kind of done before doing the granny flat. Okay, let's get back to this juice. I've got my cucumber in here. I wanna put some turmeric. I'm just gonna cut off a piece of this and I'm gonna peel it. So I've got turmeric and ginger. I'm gonna peel them both and put them in this juice. I'm excited that I picked up turmeric the other day. It's a great anti-inflammatory. A handful of spinach. And then I'm going to add some of these passion fruit cubes to make it a little bit colder. Put that cap on and let's blend her up. Looks nice. I like the color. Wow. I am actually so dead serious right now. This is potentially my favorite smoothie I've ever made. I've just showered and got ready for the day. And I grabbed my backpack from storage. This is the backpack I'm taking for a month of travel. I'm pretty excited to pull out this backpack because all of the travels recently over the last couple of years have been roller bag trips, and there's a difference between a roller bag trip and a backpacking trip. There's a big difference. This is gonna be a backpacking trip. And I'm excited to pack pretty light in here. The last time I wore this backpack, I think, was in Sri Lanka when we rescued Lanka. It's a little bit early to start packing. We leave in about 2 weeks, maybe a little under 2 weeks. I like a good amount of time to pack though. And this weather, honestly, it's making me want to start packing right now. Before, when we would travel, we would put Lanka up at this little farm stay that he really likes, and that worked out really lovely, and we had our neighbors look after all of the other animals, and it worked out really well. But this time around, it's gonna be really nice because there's gonna be people staying at the homestead full time, and Lanka can stay in the comfort of his own home and in his normal routine, and there will just always be someone here taking care of everything and looking after everything, which will be really lovely. It's pretty weird to think about grabbing a bunch of light clothes right now because all I want to do is layer right now. I'm wearing like a thermal wool shirt underneath this. So I need to start thinking in hot weather mode because we're going to a place that's quite warm all the time. So I need like linens and dresses and yeah, like linen pants and flip-flops and bathing suits and all that kind of stuff, which sounds so lovely, but it's hard to get my mind into that. I don't even know where clothes like that would be in my closet right now.
Oh yeah, that's the spot. That's the spot, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's the spot. No.
When I think about what I want to bring with me and what I want to wear, all I think about is just easy, breezy, comfortable. And so I'm packing pieces like this skirt that's just like flowy and it's got a little drawstring in the front. It's from Dish, which I love, and it's just like light and flowy. It's good for like dinner in the evening, during the daytime, whatever. It's really comfortable. And then a piece like this is so versatile. It's one of these like wrestler suit, bodysuit jumper things. It's from Aritzia and it can be worn in so many different ways. I'll probably bring a white button up so that I can wear it over this if I want, but this is just great if I go to a yoga class on my trip or just during the day walking around shops and stuff like that. I can wear a shirt over it, I can wear a button up over it opened, and then these linen pants that have a drawstring on them as well will be great because they're light, comfortable, I can just throw them on. So that's kind of the energy I'm going with, just really comfortable. I want to dress cute too, but I'm really not thinking cuteness as much as I'm thinking just comfortable, flowy, and free. That's what this trip is all about. I just want to be comfortable, flowy, and free. What are you gonna wear while I'm gone? That cute fursuit you got on? It's my favorite. It's my favorite look you have. Everything bagel with cream cheese, sliced cucumber, red pickled onion, lemon pepper. Highly recommend. You know what I just realized that I haven't talked about in this vlog is the show that I went to last week. I went to go see Rupi Kaur in Wellington with Alex. And if you don't know who Rupi Kaur is, then you're probably not following me on Instagram because I share a lot of her poetry on Instagram, but I have all 4 now of her books. I had all 3 of the poetry books, like the Milk and Honey, the Sun and Her Flowers, and Homebody. And I have seen Rupi Kaur, well, I've actually seen her 3 times now. I saw her once with my best friend in LA, one of her readings. And then I actually got to meet her really really quickly one time at the YouTube space in LA. She was on a panel there, and after her panel, I just kind of walked up to her and told her how much I loved her poetry and stuff like that. So I've now seen her in person 3 times, and Alex came with me, which was really lovely, and he is also a fan now. He really enjoyed the reading, and it was just so cool to see her here in Wellington. And you know, it's harder, New Zealand's far, and so you don't really get to see the people as often as you would in LA that you're a fan of. And I'd say right now in my life, like my top 2 kind of like fangirl moments are for Taylor Swift and Rupi Kaur currently. And so it was really cool to see her live, and she did a really amazing job. And at the show, I also got Healing Through Words. So this was the one book that I didn't have of hers. And it's really cool because it's essentially a prompt. Like, she prompts you for different writing exercises that help you flow through just different like traumas you may have experienced in your life. And I've only just started, so there's a lot more that I'm probably going to experience through this book. If you are a Rupi Kaur fan, what I really like about this book is that it goes more in depth into where each poem kind of stems from, like specific poems in here. So for instance, I just like randomly opened up the book, and this is exercise 2. And in this exercise, you'll be reading my poem Selfish from Milk and Honey. And then she goes into saying like 2 weeks after going through a really bad breakup, which coincidentally ended up being a day before my birthday, I wrote this poem out of deep anger. And she goes into where the poem stems from and the inspiration behind it, which I really like because, yeah, if you're a fan of someone's work, it's fun to hear more about the behind the scenes. And then it's really a beautiful exercise to go through this book and heal through words, because I've mentioned before many times on my channel that journaling is a way that I just like get stuff out of my brain, but this is a really beautiful way to have prompts to go even deeper in ways that you didn't even imagine you could. So I'm very excited to go through this book. It is big. There's a lot to cover and a lot to do. So I'll probably be doing it for a year or years, but I'm just like really looking forward to it. It's so pretty. So I love that I have all of her books now. I had all these plans this week to bring you all along with me outdoors on the land, to harvest, to preserve, to do all of these different things. And the weather just wasn't having it for me. And I just wasn't feeling like, I mean, it is cold this week. It's supposed to be a little bit warmer next week, but it's not the weather for it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed spending a little bit more time with me inside, cozied up in the house, just chatting, snacking, and being together. I'm really looking forward to bring you guys off the homestead, out of New Zealand, and with me on my travels with Alex. I'm really looking forward to it. It's always good to switch things up creatively, especially when you're filming videos weekly. It's nice to kind of just like bring you guys along on a new adventure. So I hope that you guys will keep up with my travel vlogs when I do that. I'm really looking forward to having a little creative inspiration. I feel like travel content can be really inspiring, and I'm just gonna bring you guys along with me on the moments of the trip. So I have another couple of weeks here at home before we go, so I will see you guys before then, and you'll be coming along with me on the whole journey. So we will talk very soon. Thank you for watching this video. See you next week.